Yeah.
Oh, Belinda Bragg Part 2. It all started when Belinda began with, on the school trip to the zoo, my bell saved her entire class from being eaten by a hungry crocodile. Fortunately, my daughter distracted the beast by reciting some poetry in ancient Greek. Camilla was not to be outdone. She fired back with, that's nothing. Just the other day, a grizzly bear burst into the playground. Luckily, my Carol wrestled it to the ground with one hand just before it could take a bite out of the headmistress. All their two daughters could do was stop and stare at the horror that was unfolding. Your Carol couldn't wrestle a grizzly bear, sneered Belinda. Why ever not, snapped Camilla. Because your gormless girl is far too busy picking her nose and scratching her, and I hate to say this as I am a lady of class and distinction, her behind region. I think she means you, muttered Belle to Carol. How dare you, exclaimed Camilla. My Carol has never scratched her bottom in her entire life. Mum, grunted Carol, which Belle took to mean, yes, I have, you muppet. All that vile little thing does is go from picking her nose to scratching her, bottom. All right, I admit it, but at least my Carol uses different hands for each task, unlike your disgusting little daughter who uses the same one. Disgusting.
How does that matter?
Ouch, hissed Belle to Carol. That was a low blow from your mum. True, though. Huh? Agreed the gormless girl. The two mothers were now nose job to nose job. Grrr, grrr. You can see a picture of them there.
If that was my mum and like someone else's mum, what would you do?
I don't know, but I'm filming the thing. Like, can you not interject, please? Thank you. Come on, said Belle. We'd better drag our mothers away before a brawl breaks out. Carol shrugged. Huh? So Belle grabbed her mum's hand. Come along now, mother. And Carol grabbed her mum's arm. Huh? Then they dragged them off in opposite directions towards their Rolls Royces. The Bragg family had an electric blue Rolls Royce, but the Crow family had an even more revolting one in shocking pink. Then the two mothers raced each other along the roads back home. Brum, zoom.
Wait.
Once at their respective county houses, Belinda and Camilla could seethe in peace. And seethe they did. They seethed all afternoon, they seethed all evening, and they seethed through the night. By the morning, they were seething more than ever. Seething means really cross.
Okay.
Bad luck that it was the Haughty School Sports Day, a once-yearly occasion when all the parents spent an afternoon cheering on their daughters in running races and the like. Of course, winning meant infinitely more to the parents than it did to the girls. Lady Haughty School for the Young Ladies Sports Day. The first event of the afternoon was the hurdles. Belinda Bragg and Camilla Crowe bustled into their places at the finishing line. Treating Sports Day like a fashion parade, Belinda was in a lime green dress and Camilla in a luminous yellow one. Seething more than ever, the pair lowered their sunglasses to shoot each other evil stares. And meanwhile, their daughters took their places at the start line with the other, more eager-looking girls. Belle couldn't give a stuff about winning. She knew she wasn't the fastest or the strongest, and she didn't mind one bit. The girl was good at other things, like standing in puddles. You can win this, Belle, called out Belinda. No, I can't, but whatever, she called back. Do it for Mama! No, I really want to come last, the girl muttered to herself. Beat them, Carol, bawled Camilla. Beat them all, show them that. You are the best of the best. They must bow before the might and majesty of Miss Carol Crowe. Huh? Grunted Carol, who was actually facing the wrong way. Bang went the starting pistol. As the other girls raced off, Belle and Carol were immediately joint last. Neither picked up enough speed to leap over the first hurdle, so, clunk, clunk, they just knocked them over instead. And the next one, clunk, clunk, and the next, clunk, clunk, both. Warring mothers looked as if they were going to explode with rage. Belle, run, jump! Carol, move your blasted bottom! But neither girl did. In fact, Bella became distracted by something on the ground. Look, she exclaimed, a worm, and she picked up the wiggly-waggly thing before waving it under Carol's nose. Huh? Said Carol, which Belle took to mean, I like your worm. The girl then picked her nose and wiped the bogey on a hurdle. Your Belly's ruining it for my Carol with a revolting worm, bellowed Camilla. Your Carol is distracting my Belle by picking a particularly large bugger, bawled Belinda. Well, You would know all about big boogers because you look like one. Camilla had a point. Belinda's dress was bogey green.
Yeah, it is actually bogey green.
I've had quite enough of you, Belinda Bragg. And I've had quite enough of you, Camilla Crowe. And with that, Belinda Bragg stomped over to the pole and seized one of the long poles. Meanwhile, Camilla snatched a javelin, and in no time the pair were locked in a deadly duel.
My favourite bit.
Take that, snarled Belinda, swooshing her pole. Take this, snapped Camilla, swishing her javelin. Clank, clink, clank went the weapons as they bashed together. Belinda yanked her pole, hitting some of the other parents on their heads as she did so. Clonk, donk, bonk. Ouch, ow, owie! Picture them getting smacked on the head there.
I can't really see them in that.
Do you look?
So I can't see them both, like Camilla or...
No, it's just people getting hit on the head.
Oh.
Meanwhile, wrenching back her javelin, Camilla managed to whack all the others. Thwack, thwack, thwack. Ah! Ow! Ugh. Soon, all the posh parents were arming themselves to join in the fight. Everything on the sports field became a weapon. Shot puts, discuses, even sand from the long jump was thrown in faces. At one point, a haughty school headmistress herself, Miss Prunella Prim, was hoisted up by some of the mothers and used as a battering ram against a cowering huddle of fathers. Help! The school sports day descended into a gladiator battle. It was posh parent against posh parent. There's a good picture of the headmistress being used as the battering ram there.
And then look at the dads.
Oh God, they look scared. And they fought dirty. There was hair pulling, leg scratching, arm pinching, finger bending, nose yanking, eye poking, toe stamping, ear flicking, elbow tickling, head locking, even bottom biting.
I'm not sure.
Ah! Ow! Boom! Pow! Crunch! Soon.
Where's the boom come from?
Just there.
And like who made the boom sound?
Soon the playing field was a swirling mass of gruesome grown-ups. The girls all stared open-mouthed in shock as their parents bashed and bawled at each other. Your daughter has a wonky fringe. Your daughter looks like a guinea pig. Your daughter stinks of turnips. Still holding the worm, Belle shouted over the din. Girls, who thinks our mums and dads are a bunch of fruitcakes? The girls all cheered in agreement. Hurrah! None cheered louder than sisters Sophie and Anna, whose mother was yanking the nostrils hairs of one of the fathers. Ah! So who fancies bunking off school sports day and being dragged through the hedge backwards instead? Called out Belle.
Me.
This was the girl's second favourite thing, after standing in a puddle, of course. Yes! Cried all the girls except Carol. Carol grunted, huh? Which Belle took to mean, yeah. In no time, the girls were having a whale of a time, laughing, joking, climbing trees, skipping through the fields and making up games, and best of all, picking their noses, scratching their bottoms to their heart's content, preferably with the same hand. The girls were being happy, being themselves, while their parents made absolute fools of themselves. The end. Oh, but before we go, the next chapter is called Barry Bother. And it says he has a tiny brain, huge muscles, and hairy arms. We'll read that one tomorrow.
Well, I've read almost that, and it's really good, pretty funny. But anyways, make sure you not miss out on the next chapter, and bye!